Welcome to the Ask an Aggie podcast, where we're exploring the ins and outs of college life here in College Station. We want you to have the best college experience you can, so listen in as we dive into relevant topics that will help you navigate this new and exciting stage of life. Well, hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Ask an Aggie podcast. Asher here with Jordan.
Yep, and we got a guest in the studio today. Miss Kellee Scheer is joining us. And Kellee, tell us a little bit who you are.
I'm Kellee. I'm about to start. Pretty self-explanatory, but I'm about to start my junior year. I'm a chemical engineering student at A&M.
Super cool. So today we have Kellee in because she is our resident expert on study spots. We got this question about, what are the best places to study on campus,
Legitimate
off
question.
campus.
Good question.
And so, Kellee, we're just going to start off. What is your favorite spot on campus? We'll start with the gold nugget of information. What is your favorite spot to go to on campus to study?
Probably my favorite spot, if Zachary counts as a spot, the whole
Sure,
building.
For
yeah.
sure.
Just because it's a good place that there's definitely different spots that I go when it's just me trying to have a really good power through stay session, or there's also a lot of space where I can meet with groups and friends. So
And
it's not
Zachary
just-
is the engineering building, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You
And-
have to be an engineer to enter.
No, anyone can go in. It's open 24 hours a day. I think it's after 9 or 10 at night. Then you have to have an engineer swipe you in with their
Okay.
ID.
Mm.
But there's typically someone coming or going anyway.
sure, it's
So
kinda
Like a dorm, you can get into
yeah,
anything.
that's not hard.
We're not advocating for that, but it is possible.
Sure. So, all right. So, Zachary, tell us a little bit about your setup. So, you're in Zachary most of the day, I'm assuming, as well with classes. Is that not true?
I'm in there touch and go, but it's near all my buildings, so it's really
Okay,
convenient
so it's
location.
centrally
yeah.
located. All right, so then tell us, you're just normal week, you've got typical engineering homework to get done, a test, brewing. What is your
Brewing.
setup? What's going on?
A test is brewing.
Yes. What's your setup when you walk in to the study? Is it a table? Is it an open room? Is it a thing you have to reserve? What does this all look like?
They do have a lot of rooms you can reserve, and that's typically where I'll go if I want to be with friends because they're a little quieter from the general public. So if I
Sure.
want to go in there and have a conversation with my friends and just hang out, I feel like I'm not really disturbing everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
But if it's just me and I got to power up for this test that's been brewing,
Yes, here it comes.
No witch's
then-
cauldron.
I actually like the Zachary Starbucks. Then I don't even drink coffee, but I'll go to they have 2 rooms further back. That just the further you get into it, it gets more quiet. And in the back, they have some tables that have a lot of power outlets nearby. So I'll get in the
That's
corner.
smart. Really smart.
So I have my own power outlet, one for my phone, one for my computer.
Oh, she
Yeah,
does. She
so now
knows.
y'all
She's
know where to
stealing the
find
outlets.
me. Yeah. If you get in the corner, there's one on the side and one down below. So
How many
you
things
really
do you
have
need to
access.
charge?
Everything.
Okay.
She's
All the
actually
things.
electronic herself.
Yes.
That's
so,
why I don't need coffee. 'Cause I gotta.
so you study in Zach primarily, probably. Do you go into the libraries at all? Are those worth going into?
I think so. I do have a lot of friends that aren't engineers, so Zachary can be a little inconvenient to meet. So I know for all of my chemistry and lab homework, then I had a friend, and we would always meet super late at night. Really questionable decision. Wouldn't recommend. But we would meet up in Evans, and typically the 4th floor is a talking floor.
Sure.
Yeah,
I guess, but they have larger tables and stuff, so we'd meet up there. And I liked going to the libraries if I need to print anything.
Yes,
because
because
they do
everyone
have-
gets $30 printing.
Oh, credits
And,
already.
Yeah, and
Yes.
so you go swipe your ID, and I don't know, six cents a page or something.
Have
Yeah.
you ever used your whole printing
I
credit?
have not.
I think I've gotten down one semester. I got down to $22 of the $30.
Yeah, that's about as far
Okay.
as I've gone. Unless you just have a professor or someone that you want to print all of their notes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Then
Most
you're not
times
gonna
I'm
use
not
it.
spending more than $1.50 a semester.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
So,
pretty minimal.
Yeah.
So
So
if-
everything's turned in online anymore. So
Sure.
at
And
least
so
in
if
my
I'm a
case.
student that's moving into a dorm, I don't need to bring a printer.
No.
Do they even in the commons area have some print
Yes.
places as well?
There's
okay.
a little study spot in Commons. It's actually pretty nice. They got some
Yeah.
comfortable chairs, and there's talking in there, but there's also computers you can use.
Okay.
In there, and then you can print as well.
All right. So here's my question with you guys. That was super helpful information, by the way. So I'm glad we hit that.
Yeah.
That was an accident. We're glad we did it. When you study, because what I've learned is I'm very different. You've talked about you want to be with friends. I study complete silence with headphones in, with some lo-fi hip hop, or because
That
I'm trying to
sounds
be
done.
cool,
Yeah.
or some spa music. Mine is I'm completely quiet, completely away from everybody. You are with people, is how you prefer studying.
Well, if I'm in Zachary for this test that I'm this brewing up,
Yes.
This
then
brewing, of
I
course.
am completely alone, and I'll be the only one at my table, and I'll choose an artist that I don't listen to regularly and just listen to their whole discography.
Interesting.
So I don't know any
So
of
you
their
don't, like,
music.
catch the
yeah, so
rhythms
I
and
won't
stuff?
like want to get into the song
Yeah.
and sing along because I don't know it.
Yeah.
Wait, but you can still do lyrics.
Yes.
I cannot
See, I
do
can't do
any
lyrics,
lyrical music while I
period.
study. You can't
Unless
either?
unless it's busy work. Like if I have
Yeah.
like busy
Okay.
work that doesn't take my mind.
Yeah, like
Oh, then
yeah.
I'm jamming for
but,
sure.
Yeah. But if I have to
busy
read
work.
something, no lyrics. Just I
Yeah,
can't do it.
writing, typing out papers or writing
Yeah.
messages. I
Yeah,
cannot do
just can't do
anything
it.
with lyrics. So
Unless it's like in a coffee shop and it's like quiet and like distant enough. But if it's in my headphones, I don't know. I'm pretty weird about it.
yeah, I go headphones in and I kind of have just to pull myself away. I don't have
Yeah.
noise canceling, but that might be
Yeah.
something I should invest in.
Yeah.
Maybe if this podcast takes off.
Yeah. Like and subscribe.
Yeah,
Comment
we
below.
can be monetized. Is that how it is?
We get monetized.
Yeah.
It'll lose our nonprofit.
That's okay. For the sake of non-noise cancelings, I mean, I think it's
That's fair,
okay.
that's fair.
All right, so Kelly, we've wasted a lot of your time. But tell us so we can go to libraries. There's some good stuff there. You can rent rooms at the library just like you can at Zachary.
Same thing.
Yeah, you just go to the desk and say, "Hey, I want to use this." You can even do it online. Is that correct?
I believe so.
You can go.
Yeah, there's like places to rent.
And it's free, and you get them for a 2 or 3 hour time slot.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
So if you're staying with friends, you could do like 2 or 3 hours, then your half friend do the next 2 or 3 hours, so you have a span
Oh,
of 6
wow,
solid
just
hours.
monopolize that study room.
You don't have to
That's
leave.
Heard
kinda
it here.
smart.
That's pro tip right there.
That's a pro tip.
So, is there any place that you go overrated? Do not study there.
I feel like I do for sure.
All right, what would that
those
place be?
places. I don't like the annex.
Really, we have
Yeah.
heard that it is a
So the
place
annex-
to be.
A
The
really
annex is, like,
unpopular opinion.
Connected.
It's connected on the 4th floor to Evans, the
Evans,
library.
okay.
So they connect, and the only good thing about the annex is it's open 24/7.
Okay.
So if you're there late at the library, then I have had to move once or
See,
twice.
I've never even been in the annex.
Oh, it's pretty
because-
coll That's got the cool spiral staircase.
Yeah,
Ah,
I've gotten lost
interesting.
a few times
See,
somehow. It's a
'cause
square,
I'm-
but I can't
I'm
make
a
it
business
out.
major, so all of my classes are on West Campus. So if I'm studying on campus, it's in West Campus Library every time.
Sure.
Because like that's where we study. It's basically like just full of business majors, some ag majors, different stuff like that. Because that's what's on West Campus. So like you're not gonna find us in Evans.
No, you're not going to make that trek unless maybe you're living on campus.
Unless like on campus, I went to Quad Bucks, which is a Starbucks in the Quad, and then you go upstairs and like there's some cool study
I
spots.
really like the fourth floor. So
I still have
Yes,
yet to
yeah.
find quad bucks. I hear about it
All the time, right?
But I've never been to it. Is there any dead spots on campus? Like, should I worry? Like, if I try to go there, I'm not going to get Wi-Fi or anything, or is
I
I haven't
everything-
found
experienced
anywhere.
anything.
Your
Okay.
biggest problem with staying on campus in some of the buildings will be finding an outlet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just, I know that I scout them out before I sit down if I'm
Sure.
going to be there a while.
Yeah.
Because it's few and far between.
No, that's really good. All right. What about? And we kind of talked a little bit about this before, but studying outside. I mean, it's 100+ degrees, right? Like,
Yeah.
are there any places to study outside? Do you guys recommend? Kelly, we'll throw it to you. Would you study outside?
I would not. I never stay outside.
Yeah.
I'm really hot natured or cold natured, and I still get hot outside.
Yeah.
If I'm carrying my sweatshirt, I will take my sweatshirt in the middle of the summer and go study inside. I don't like just the wind is awful. It'll blow
Sure.
your notes everywhere. The sun on your computer screen makes it really hard
Absolutely.
to read. But I do know some people really like the grassy quad-ish area
It's
behind
just-
the liberal arts building.
It's not worth the aesthetic.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it
not
looks
for me.
cool when you're walking by them, but like George Bush Pond, have you ever been over there?
Oh,
yeah.
That's really a nice like area, but the practicality side of it
It's not about it.
isn't worth it to me.
Yeah.
You could maybe go read. Like if you're a reader, go
I
and just
think
read
you could
something
probably
for
read
fun.
something if you could find a nice tree,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a blanket.
Yeah, but
So what about off campus? You a
Off
coffee shop
campus.
person?
I will be sometimes, but again, I tend to stay on campus for printing. And
Yeah,
stuff.
Sure.
of course.
But I like to study at my friends' houses.
and
Not
you
a-
guys can actually concentrate at those places. This is
That's a
not
good
the test is
question.
brewing.
Yeah, this is definitely
study.
not
This
a
is not
test
the test
brew.
This
brew.
is just like homework type
Yeah,
work.
and
Like
just-
you can just power through it
Mhm.
while you're talking, kind of stuff.
Yeah, we can just hang out and I don't know. There have been a few nights that I've shown up and it's just been late at night, so we didn't want to drive somewhere else. And my friends are like,
that
"Oh,
makes
just
sense.
come over
Yeah.
here."
Sure.
And she's promised to let me use her printer. If y'all haven't caught on, I really like a printer.
Yes.
Everybody.
You print a lot of stuff.
I
You
bought a
print
printer,
everything you
it's
have to
great.
read, don't you? If you're gonna have to read an article or something, do you print
No,
it
I
out
actually
first?
read it online. I don't know
Really?
how I use a printer so much, but
Wow.
they're just
Constantly printing blank pages.
Yes.
It just
I'm
makes
She's
her feel,
anti-environment
makes
pro
her feel-
printer.
it makes her feel productive.
Yes. Just carry around a bunch of notebooks.
I do typically have a lot of paper with me. I'm a big fan, or I'll take some. I've done it on campus, gone to the printers and taken out the blank copy
Is that
paper.
legal? We'll censor this. We'll just see what happens.
We'll see.
A&M, we do not condone this. This is one of your students.
I'll take some back next time I'm there, I promise.
Yeah,
Sure
we'll give it
she
back.
will.
We'll take
So-
it out of her fees.
We'll have an episode about coffee shops and just like the different vibes
Yes.
of
Yeah,
those
they definitely
from some other
are.
people coming in, but they are all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
They're all going to have internet, not printers. Some of them will have outlets.
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee, and I just go
That's-
sit in there and I don't buy anything.
Yeah.
I don't know the protocol on
There's
that.
just a
feel
different
bad
vibe
about
in all of
that.
them.
I do too.
Some of them
but-
are like catered towards college students. They kind of
Yeah.
expect it, but
so
I know the brew's a really hip happening place to quote unquote study. No
Sure.
one I know who goes
No
to the
one
brew does
studies
any
there.
studying while they do it. But if you want to like say you're studying
Sure,
and just
yeah.
have a good
It's
place
that-
to hang
it's that
out.
feeling of being productive
Absolutely.
that a lot of people are trying to achieve.
absolutely.
All right, but Kelly, so we have one more question. Is we like to ask all of our guests, if you have one pro tip, just a piece of advice, what would you have for a freshman?
I feel like it has to be related to studying now, but
No,
Also,
nothing
so
so
related
we're,
to
we're
study.
gonna cut this right here, but
yeah.
you can just like sit here and think about it because
Great,
like we're gonna cut it.
perfect.
We forgot to talk about it earlier, so you're good.
Fantastic. I don't know.
You have a pro tip?
And it doesn't have to be like your best. It could just be like
Word of advice.
I think someone said like Cooper's was going to be before we stopped him. We'll steal food on your way out of Sabisa.
Get the fruit.
Like, get
so then you
fruit.
can
I'm
skip
like-
a meal.
That's not legal.
Neither is stealing paper.
Well,
Look, I have so much paper at my house. My dad sent me a whole case to College Station. I can take some of their blank papers.
Yes. So you have a tip you can give us?
I don't know. Buy a stapler, honestly.
That's a good
that's
tip right
that's
there.
gonna go so well in this.
All right,
I
so-
know, that's what I was like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
do
really
it, do it,
just
do it,
really
do it.
just
All right, so
saying,
you
but-
just jump in when you're ready, and we'll just act like we'll just have cut it right
Yeah.
to this
Oh,
point.
okay. I definitely would buy a stapler.
A stapler.
A
She's
stapler.
so into that paper.
Well, I actually don't own a stapler, and I really wish I did.
So how many times? I mean, like almost weekly, you're going, "Crap! I wish I had a stapler."
Oh,
Right?
this is more than weekly at this point. Freshman year, I used my roommates. I took it out of her drawer actually when she wasn't
That's
there and would
funny.
staple my stuff and put it back.
That's
That
fun.
is one of those
It's-
things that you would never think to pack.
No.
You would never think to get at Walmart, but
No.
you need.
You look like one of those
Constantly.
like mini ones. They're like that big.
I mean, get you a
Yeah.
good swing line and just go for
Good
it.
swing
They
line.
have them in Evans. That's also a pro tip.
So you
Down
have
by
to just
the-
walk into Evans, go
Oh,
and use
there
their
were
stapler.
more than one time that I would just be walking through campus, walk into the first floor, staple my stuff, and leave.
Yeah. So get a stapler.
Get a
Just buy a stapler.
That's a
You heard
great
it
pro
here.
tip.
You heard it
Yes.
here. Well, thanks, Kelly. I think that's really helpful. Just knowing about staplers.
Yes.
No, but I think it's really helpful to know the best places to study. Just know that it's okay to study with friends, and sometimes, depending on whether you have a test brewing or not. But guys, we thank you for listening in. And remember, if you guys have a question you want us to answer, just hit us up at askanaggie.com. We'll see you next time.